Difference number 3. Focus on skills rather than grammar. Focus on skills rather than grammar. I have explained some part of this topic in our meeting last week. That ESP focus more on the skills, right, rather than grammar. But it doesn't make grammar not so much important compared to the proficiency in skills, teman-teman ya. Tetap grammar itu penting. Cuman in some specializations, communication competence is so much preferred compared to the grammar competence. Typically, EGP course have strong focus on grammar. Nah, teman-teman pasti menyetujui ini ya. Biasanya kalau EGP, kelas EGP ya, kalau di levelnya sekolah aja, pasti sangat juga mengedepankan grammar competence. This can be seen in the majority of EGP course book. Nah, dapat dibuktikan ya, teman-teman, dari course book yang diajarkan di EGP, where grammar is often the main organizational strand in the syllabus. Nah, sedangkan teman-teman in ESP, however, need analysis ya, berarti ini berbasis data ya, pernyataan ini ya, berbasis based on data that is drawn from the need analysis. Need analysis usually identifies skills competence which emerge from the target communicative situation. Jadi in ESP teman-teman, hasil need analysis di ESP pada umumnya ya, di spesialis apapun itu biasanya skill lebih diutamakan compared to grammar competence. Okay, we have to remember skills competence is preferred compared to grammar competence. Skills ya, baik itu communication skill atau writing skills atau speaking skill itu biasanya lebih diutamakan dibandingkan grammar competence. Contohnya kayak misalnya people who work in journalism, people who work in journalism are demanded to have strong skill in writing because they have to write news. Also, some of journalists also have to be good in their speaking skill because they also deliver the news in front of the screen. Not only they write the news, but they also deliver the news. So they have to master both writing and speaking skill. Kalau misalnya kayak doctors ya. Kalau doctors itu ini teman-teman lebih ke reading skill and also communicative skills because they have to deliver a lot of things to the patients and also the family of the patients. Nah, jadi biasanya teman-teman kalau grammar di ESP itu ngikut ya. Grammar di ESP itu ngikut, tergantung materinya, topiknya apa, kemudian speaking skillnya apa, nanti grammarnya ngikut. Oh, kalau speakingnya gini, mungkin grammar yang cocok itu apa, biar komunikasinya itu tertata rapi gitu ya tujuannya. Dapat difahami teman-teman kenapa ESP itu lebih fokus ke skill daripada grammar? Dapat difahami ya?
Iya, Miss.
Okay, thanks. Next page. Relationship with students. The relationship between students and the teacher in ESP is likely to be different from that in the EGP classroom. Teman-teman, when we teach ESP, full of adult students, it is different compared to when we teach EGP classroom that is full of perhaps kids who is under our age. In EGP, the teacher has a very high status as he or she is the expert. Nah, teman-teman, kalau di classroom ya, kalau teman-teman nih ngajar di sebuah kelas ya sebagai guru yang ini, guru bahasa Inggris EGP, guru bahasa Inggris seperti pada umumnya, then you have high status in the classroom because you are the expert both in English language and also the material. The material maksudnya adalah konten daripada materi itu, ya. You are the expert in English language, also you are the expert in the content. Berhubungan dengan kontennya itu teman-teman adalah expert. Guru itu dianggap sebagai expert dari segi bahasa dan juga dari segi kontennya. Nah, beda dengan guru-guru di ESP, beda dengan ESP teachers atau ESP practitioners. Whereas in ESP classroom, language per se is only part of the picture. Nah, jadi kita itu hanya gambaran kecil. Kita hanya potongan ya, teman-teman. Kita hanya misalnya kayak lingkaran gitu ya. Lingkaran dibagi jadi beberapa bagian. Kita hanya sebagian kecil daripada potongan lingkaran itu tadi. This means the ESP practitioner is an expert in one of the areas covered in the teaching. Nah, ini beda nih kalau di EJP, guru itu sebagai expert in all aspect. Meanwhile, in ESP classroom, ESP practitioners is only an expert in one aspect, yaitu in English language, hanya di bahasanya saja. Sedangkan ESP practitioner itu rarely an expert in the disciplinary field. Dia bukan expert di spesialisasinya, tapi dia hanya expert di bahasanya saja. Nah, ini yang menjadi challenge for the ESP teachers when you are in the classroom. Teman-teman, ini menjadi tantangan besar because we do not know a lot about the specialist that we teach. This may influence the relationship with the students, with ESP practitioners feeling insecure because of their lack of subject knowledge. Teman-teman, ini menjadi kelemahan kita. Because we do not master the disciplinary field atau the specialist. Nah, ini teman-teman, it can hinder our relationship with the students. Students may look down upon us because we do not understand their specialists. We only know about some of the language. We don't even know the vocabulary. We don't even know much of the vocabulary that is related to their specialist. Apalagi common knowledge in their subject knowledge. Nah, itu yang bikin kita insecure juga, teman-teman. Bikin kita sebagai English practitioner itu nanti insecure karena ya kita nggak menguasai materi konten mereka, kita nggak menguasai konten mereka. Kita hanya ngerti bahasa Inggrisnya saja, tapi nggak tahu kontennya mereka itu gimana. Nah, ini bisa merugikan baik dari segi psikis kita sebagai pengajar karena kita insecure. Selain itu juga bisa mempengaruhi hubungan kita dengan siswa karena siswa may look down upon us karena wah ini nggak ngerti gurunya gitu. Khawatirnya begitu, teman-teman. Dapat difahami ya kelemahan ESP teachers kalau dengan hubungannya dapat difahami, teman-teman ya. Ini kelemahannya guru dengan materi itu apa ya? Dapat difahami ya?
Iya, Miss.
Iya, Miss.
Oke.
Dapat reminder 10 menit lagi, Miss.
Iya.
Udah, Kak, tinggal nangkul.
Nggih.